Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Trisbrina Show.
There we are.
We have had a week of funky technology. Well, not a week, just a couple of days.
But what word is part of funky?
What word is part of funky? Funkalicious?
Fun.
Fun.
We've had a fun week.
We've had a fun and funky.
Ooh,
the week has been amazing. The week has been off the hook. If you are part of our community, you've probably been part of our 5-day energy detox and reboot event, and thank you so much for being part of that. Wow, wow, wow. Right now, there's just tons and tons of people that are joining our Life Force School.
I don't think tons. What do you
mean?
Nice,
you should look at the
since
inbox.
2000.
Sabrina's been in the inbox. It has been insane. There's so much activity. It's why you do these events. It's like rally the troops, get everybody excited, get everybody fired up. There are tons and tons and tons of people. There were over 12,000 people. That's a lot of people that signed up for this. And then a lot of them are sticking on with us to continue training during the weeks. Every week, in fact. We want to talk to you about Life Force. We want to talk to you about longevity. We want to talk to you about this thing where you can add years to your life, but more importantly, add life to your years so that you are friskified all the time.
Yeah, I think that's something that for a long time people were just feeling like, yeah, I want to live a long time. And then you start realizing, no, I want to feel good for a long time and live a long time.
And be frisky.
But that feeling great, that feeling full of energy, that feeling happy and healthy is really one of the most important things. Feeling happy in your body and happy in your thoughts and happy in your heart.
Happy and I know it. Clap your hands. Guess what? I've written this down. I thought this was super cool. You guys probably know about Doctor Oz, right? Years ago, he was made super popular by Oprah. Thank you, Oprah. He says, if you want to be healthy and live to 100, do Qigong. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, if you don't get hit by a bus or something like that, if you do these longevity arts, chances are, because of human lifespan, you're going to extend that lifespan. I think the average lifespan right now for a male is around 76 years.
That's not very long.
That seems so low.
That's way too close.
And you know, people who are meditators, people who move their bodies, people who are happy, people who live clean, people who have good flowing energy, when you look at them, they look anywhere from 5 to 20 years younger. That's because they're not aging prematurely. They're tapped into the source of all that is, and their bodies live beautifully.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that people look and feel so much younger when they're practicing the energy arts is we all pretty much know that our body recreates every cell. In 10 years, there's not a single cell on your body, on your skin, in your bones, in your organs that was there 10 years ago.
That's right.
So by what we're thinking and what we're feeling and what we're feeding the energy and how we're living is making the cells, right? And if we don't change anything, it'll make a carbon copy of what it has been. And that's why when someone has chronic pain, we often say the condition could be in the brain and in the body, simply recreating it out of habit rather than something actually being wrong with that part of the body. And that's why when you shift your thoughts and shift your energy, things can heal. So when you are really living in the now and have that fresh energy pouring through you, you're making a better quality cell. That's why people will sometimes say, like, what are you doing? What's up with you? Like, we'll sometimes be sitting in a restaurant and the waitress will come by and she'll just say, oh, what's going on over here? What's going on at this booth?
What is
this? What is this? And we know that
laugh.
it's life force. It's life force that is emanating from you because you're creating your cells from pure energy.
I like feeling good and I like feeling happy and I like expressing it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Boom, boom.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face should surely show it.
6 bubble.
Clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Last night, I went to pick up some food from a Thai place. Our wonderful friend, who got me this amazing shirt, thank you, Matt Earl, bought me a birthday dinner for the whole family. It was amazing. Sabrina's mom had just come out of surgery. She's doing great. Thank you, everybody who's been asking about Rita.
It was a pacemaker and an AV ablation.
My mom had that, and it gave her so much more energy because the heart wasn't pumping the way it needed to. So it's incredible what they offer. Anyway, well, I was sitting at the restaurant waiting for the food, and there was a grumpy man sitting next to me. Oh boy, was he grumpy. In fact, he went as far as to be rude and told me that I was an asshole because I had saved a spot for myself and my friend. Now, I didn't know.
Like at a small bar type situation in the restaurant.
Yeah, I just put my stuff down and went to pick up my order, and I was sitting my stuff down. He didn't say anything like somebody was sitting there, so I just assumed it was okay. Anyway, he decided to be a grumpy grump. And I realized in the conversation with him, and as he was being rude and being a bully, that I wasn't going to go there. And I don't have that inside me. In the past, maybe I would have had words and made it all weird. But because of these energy arts, you start to see that everything is a reflection of your consciousness. And I realized that's not the karmic consciousness that I'm outputting. That's happening, but I'm not going to get entangled with it. Now, why do I bring that up? I bring that up because I think it's the mental fortitude for us to stay in flow and joy and happiness that we can actually get to through movement practices. Because when your body reacts, I could react from what that person said. My body would have had a reaction. There would have been a disruption in my energy, and it would cause a negative emotion. But because my energy was in flow and this thing happened, it just moved right through. And I bring that up because a lot of people are telling us...
Did he tell you, he said you were selfish and...
I was entitled.
Oh, he was very entitled.
And I, lovingly said, well, we tend to look at the world through the lens of what we're carrying in our own brain. And I think this is your projection, my friend. So, hey, have a better day. But the reason I say these things is I think it's so important to stay in this joy and stay happy. And this life is crazy, right? And it's important to be around people who are positive. We're super positive. We tend to, be pretty happy people.
I choose it on repeat. I think joy and happiness and gratitude and appreciation and love are not accidentally, it's not an accidental life. It is a constant choice that you re-choose. You re-choose it. You re-choose it in the moments that are tough. You re-choose it when you forget. And you re-choose it through doing the energy practice so that your full body is choosing that on repeat.
Full body.
It's okay if you have like a bad hour or a bad day, but you have the power to choose something different.
Choose your mood.
And most likely, whatever it is that you feel most consistently, it's just a habit. It's just what you felt so many times that it's your default.
And when you feel happy, your body shows it. If you're happy, clap your hands. Your body will reflect your mood, your emotion. So if you're feeling heavy, if you're feeling scared or angry or toxic inside, your body's going to replicate. And you're going to burn those memories into your tissues and into your cells. And it's really hard to get out of them. So you actually have to force yourself to be around positivity and force yourself to upgrade what you're feeling. And the way that you can do that is with these energy arts. Because if you don't take care of the tissue, if you don't take care of the energy flow, it's not going to go away. You can do all the reframing and you can read the affirmations, but they keep coming back, right? The old stories keep looping. So we want to talk about some cool stuff like how can we help you to have massive upgrades in your life, become the happiest person that you know, or at least close to as happy as your dog. Or your cat.
And healthy.
And
extreme and vibrant and feel good. Right? Who wants to wake up feeling crappy and achy? Right? And sometimes the whole day, someone can spend their whole day just trying to feel okay. Well, there are ways and there are choices that we can make, and there are things you can do that stack the odds way in your favor of getting rid of all those aches, pain, stiffness, frozen shoulder, sore knee. When we just did our 5-day event, those of you who were here, you saw the comment section. Someone just emailed us and said, I've had back pain for 18 years and I just woke up after the 5-day and my back is no longer in pain. We had so many people writing us saying, for 5 years, I haven't been able to walk up a hill and I just took a 2-mile hike. Like, this stuff works and it works fast, but it's just reminds me of whenever people experience a miracle, this miraculous sudden shift in their health, where maybe they couldn't hear out of one ear and now they can, because that happened during our event. They couldn't move their shoulder and now they can. You have to consistently keep doing what it is that you were doing when that miracle happened. You can't just go back to doing what you were doing when the problem existed. That's why I said you keep consciously choosing the flowing energy, and that's what we do and that's what we offer.
I'd like to do a little demonstration over there, and you've got high shoes on, so you probably won't want to do the demo, but I'm going to do a little demonstration of movements that I enjoy doing that you might be doing right now with us, or movements that you're going to work towards being able to do, because I want to challenge you right now. You have to remember that there was a phase on my journey where I could barely walk. I was in crippling pain all the time. And so some of the things that I'm about to do, there's no way I could do them. Now, through being consistent and having the right techniques and doing them in the right way at the right time, I've completely rebuilt my body. And at 56, just turned it, I'm feeling very, very flexible, mobile, healthy, and fit. And so I'm going to show you some of the things that I love to do in the way that my body likes to flow. And these are things that we teach in our movement classes. These are things we teach in our Qigong classes. And I'm going to do some that are modified and some that are a little more advanced, because I want to challenge you to rise.
Yeah, I just spoke to a man who just joined our Life Force Dojo. In our Life Force Dojo, I don't know if you even know this, we teach 4 live classes every week. Yep. A fitness fusion class that is for bone density, flexibility, ageless mobility, and muscle mass. A moving meditation Qigong class. A trifecta class, which blends movement and meditation and mindset. And a new class called Satori Strong that really targets bone density and muscle mass. And so that our flesh is strong. It's called Satori Strong. So we live stream 4 new classes every week, and our students have access to the replays within 24 hours. Depending on where people are in their healing journey, they may just join us for 1 class a week, maybe just the Qigong. Some people just want more of the fitness element, which is fitness through energy, by the way.
I'm going to show you a little bit from each one of these classes.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to show you a couple of movements.
I was just saying, and I spoke to a man that called today, and he said, I just joined your classes for a year. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm doing a lot, and I'm hoping that by the end of the year, and my wife is hoping that I'll have the strength to stand and walk again.
Well, there was a time you pushed me in a wheelchair through the airports and
That's
stuff.
Right.
So
there were almost 5 years Tristan couldn't stand for more than just a couple minutes.
So it's fun to be able to do this little demo, and I know some people, they don't know what Qigong is or what exactly we do. We help people upgrade their thinking. That's, at the end of the day, what's happening. But you get a 2-fer. You get a 3-fer, really, with Satori Method. You get a 4-fer. A 4-fer. We're gonna give you a link, just so that you, like, if anyone stumbled upon this right now and they're like, what is this? You can go here, satorimethod.com/dojo. This is our Life Force school, and it's open for a few more days where students are joining us. And some folks have been with us for 6 years doing this. Before that, they were with us for 25 years at our physical schools here in Austin, Texas. But this is open right now. And so if you're watching this, you were probably on our email list, or you're in our social media feed. You should check that out. Okay, so here's a couple of moves from each of the classes, just to help you understand physically. Oh, and the 3-fer is the physical upgrades that you get, We do a lot of meditation so that you really connect back to the brain of your being, to your inner knowing, to the joy, to the love, to that inner mastery of connection. And then we upgrade thinking. Get rid of the stinking thinking and get into those powerful places where you're manifesting like a mofo. I said it. Are you doing them too?
No, but I thought I would show my dress.
Oh, okay. We're having a little fashion. Now, I'm not going to put the microphone back there. I'm just going to show a little flow. That's a beautiful dress you got there, baby girl.
It's from Sedona, Arizona.
Oh, is that the one when we were with Marcy?
Mm-hmm. If you know Marcy Shimoff from Your Miracles, we have this same dress. We have twinsies.
All right. So just for fun, okay? Just for fun, just some moves. We'll see what comes through.
And modify.
I'm going to show you levels, different degrees. So in Qigong, there's flowing moves like this, Tai Chi arms. So what you may see is it's getting in, it gets in your legs. Normally when we teach classes, we have the microphone back here so you would hear better. So it gets into strong legs, but it's not always that deep. Sometimes it's just smooth and flowing movements like this, or calming, centering moves like this, or flowing moves like this that get into your hips and your knees and your ankles, or moves that develop coordination and balance your brain and develop ambidexterity between the left and right hemispheres in the brain, and fun moves that are just like coordination exercises. Okay, white crane spreads wings. And again, I'm showing you more the frisky stuff. Sometimes it's done just very slow and gentle. And everyone, depending on their level, is going to be able to do this. Even if you're wanting to get more into the fitness and get into the strong leg techniques, or you might be working at this level here, or you might be working out with us, doing jab crosses and knees, or just learning how to do a little salsa with Sabrina, right? It's a variety of moves. You might be working on punching techniques, or working with weights, or Qigong strong, where we're holding weights and we're moving really slowly, right? This variety of techniques, lengthening and stretching movements. Movements for your spine. Stretching. Opening your fascia. Circular movements for your back. Movements for your knees. For your shoulders. There's just a variety of beautiful moves in our system. Okay? So just wanted to give you a little sampler. That's like a tiny sampler. But my body, I had to do a lot of it sitting in the beginning. And some of it I did lying down in the very beginning. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about...
So what's interesting is when you watch someone move, I think our brain immediately goes to more fitness, more physical. I'm going to adjust the music.
Sure.
And what's happening there. But if you attended the 5-day energy detox, you saw that some of the benefits that a lot of people were experiencing was sleep, better quality sleep, better digestion, just waking up feeling less irritated. So when you look at it, it looks like, oh, exercise, but that's not what's happening. It's like looking at a cake and thinking frosting. If you've never actually sliced into a cake, you don't know what's inside. There's just frosting on top of cake. This isn't it's not exercise. It's so much more than that. It's about energy flow that affects every area of your life, which is why the miracles are so vast. It depends on where you were leaking energy. And when you have more energy, your healing occurs in different areas.
All the movements that you just saw were very physical body. What happens through these energy arts is once you've activated and opened up the physical body, You use your mental awareness to pull yourself inside your body. The movements slow way down, and now you start to move the life force, the chi, with your mind and slow movements. And so there's ways that you're putting chi in your body, you're moving it through particular channels, you're feeding it into energy centers, you're holding standing postures, meditations, you're developing tendon strength, you're focusing your mind and your heart, creating brain-heart coherence, you're opening your heart, you're feeling connected to source. It gets really deep, and that's the journey that we take our students on. In fact, one of the paths is a path of enlightenment. Is to bring true self-realization into your life. And that's, what else is there than remembering who we are? That's why this is called Satori Method. Mm-hmm. It's an awakening consciousness. Once you're awake, now you can become such a conscious manifester because you're not creating from fear or lack. Mm-hmm. You're like, how can I express this love into my life and into the world?
I have found
Guided.
That the volume of my intuition and gut feeling continues to increase. And not only does my ability to tap into intuition increase, my understanding of what it's trying to tell me and the ways that life gives me messages and information, whether it's something that I hear or something that I dream or something that I see or just an idea after meditation that is so different than just my everyday thought. And that's probably the thing that I love the most is that connection to spirit, just growing and growing and growing, because I think that so much of my anxiety, panic, not fitting in, social awkwardness, so many of those types of things that I have felt in my life really never had anything to do with anybody else. It was that I was out of connection with who I was, and so I was basing who I am on other people's opinion of me and trying to fit in. But when you're just in alignment with this energy, you don't feel alone, and you feel so confident in the decisions that you're making.
So a lot of people came to this recent event and told us what's going on. And every now and then I need to be reminded. It's tough out there. People are suffering. Mm-hmm. You might be. There's body pain. There's mental prisons. There's a lot of crap going on emotionally. There's issues with people in the family. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. There's addictions, habits that are negative, that are bad, and people really want to get out of them, but they feel scared to invest or enroll in a program because they've been burned before. They've tried something and they didn't follow through, so they're scared that they might not commit, or they've been taken advantage of and they feel jaded now by people who took their money and didn't deliver on what they said. Now, we want to address this because we feel like we stand for those people to say, we're so sorry that that's happened to you. We're so sorry that people took advantage of you, or that you've been seeking and looking for a solution and you haven't found it yet. Maybe we can be that light at the end of the tunnel for you, where you can be like, oh my gosh, finally somebody actually did what they said they were going to do. And somebody actually really cared about me and really did want to make a difference in my life. That's us. We are all in with our students, and we know because of the customer support, and you can speak to this more than me, people get a little bit scared or snippy or, oh, just refund me or things like that. And we want you to know this is safe. Yeah. We are nice, kind, beautiful people. We want to help you.
I think there's two things that I have heard a lot from this week from our helpers. One is people are afraid that they won't be consistent. And the way that I like to address that is I'm not consistent with things that don't work, are difficult, are confusing, and not fun. And that's why we've designed the programs that the way we have. They're so easy to follow. The teaching is top level. They're so simple with the technology, which I'll get to in a minute. And it's fun. It's fun to attend, and it's fun to watch the replay. So it's
risky.
it's easy to be consistent. Just like, as a kid, it was tough eating the vegetables. I wanted to get to the cheesecake, right? So that's why we've made sure that we make it fun and interesting in everything that we do. And the other thing is technology. I didn't grow up with anything, even in college, without a computer. That came later. I didn't have a computer till I was in my 40s, and I was at a ballroom dance competition. I came home, and Tristan had bought me a laptop, and I was very mad about it and said, "What are you trying to change me?"
She did not like the laptop.
So we totally get
freaking $3,000 laptop. She didn't want it.
People just assume sometimes that everybody knows how to download an app, how to do this and how to do that. And that's why when somebody joins our Life Force Dojo, we have a special bonus called Victoria's Bonus in honor of Tristan's mother, where we meet with people and say, you go exactly here, you click this button, then you do this. And we email people the exact link they need right before every class. And we make it where you kind of can't mess up. We are coming at you in so many different ways that we want everyone to win and everyone to be successful. So hearing what people have been saying, I can tell that a lot of people are quitting on themselves and quitting on their health because they're afraid that they won't be consistent, and they're afraid of being taken advantage of, which is sad because that means something happened to them that they're expecting that now. So we're really sorry that that's happened to some people. And then what I'm really sorry about is when you expect that to happen, you draw that out of people. So we hope we can be the people that turn that around.
Flip that around and really blow your mind. We've got a lot of people here who've been with us for quite a while now, and they may have had some doubts too, and they gave it a go, and they're still here loving it because I think we won them over. So a lot of folks, they set their alarms for the class. They don't want to miss them. It's a big part of their life. And, community's important, right? Like when you're all on your own or you don't have people that are of like mind and like heart, it feels lonely. I remember a point in my life when I didn't have community and I was trying to do it all myself. And I can be an island. I'm pretty good at it, right? But man, it's so much more fun with friends and people who want to raise their consciousness and want to support you. So the community is off the hook. And to be able to have that strength in numbers is really powerful. I want to also say this. We all went through some crazy times over the past few years.
You should put some of these on the screen.
People were freaked out, right? They were really concerned about their health and their immune systems in particular. And that pandemic, it took a lot of people out, including my mom. Now, I'm not here to be a fear-monger type person, but I would say don't get lazy because we don't know what's coming down the pike. We had a run there. You don't know what it's going to... I would encourage you to stay on track with your health and stay vibrant and keep boosting your immune system. Yeah. And if, like Dr. Oz says, you want to live to be 100, do something like Qigong because the quality of your life, whether there's another pandemic or something in the future, the quality of your life is just so much better. Don't wait. And nobody's coming to fix you. Like, I get that there's teachers and doctors and all these people trying to help us, but sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is go to your own life force and bring it back
Not
online.
Sometimes, I think all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
There are studies that were done in 2020 and 2021. I think you can read them on PubMed, and it said that Qigong has been proven to be effective in the prevention and rehabilitation from contagious viruses, including COVID-19. So they've done a lot of studies on how Qigong boosts your immune system, and especially with the breath work like that we do in the Energy Trifecta class, one of our weekly classes, and actually in all of the classes, so that you keep your lungs practicing taking deep breaths and getting the stale air out, and also stretching. One of the things that happens sometimes with that virus and others is the lungs start compressing and there's no room to breathe.
I'm just putting a few things into the video chat so those of you watching the replay can see what people are saying. It's quite incredible, and we love seeing you guys. I don't know, like every time I start up a new class, I'm always looking to see who's there, and I'm in my mind, I'm seeing us all together training, just like right now.
Yeah, you can attend our live classes 4 times a week on YouTube or Facebook, either one. That's a new thing that we started just about 6 months ago. And we get the chats from both platforms combined together so we can talk to everybody at once. And then we do a little bit of editing off the front, and we load the recordings to a membership site that's you log into using your email and a password, where you can watch the replays whenever you want. And people have up to 90 days of replays to access. So if someone just says, I just want that fitness stuff, I just want the fitness fusion, you have 90 days, 3 months of fitness fusion, so you could do a different class 3 times a week.
You can register right there.
Yeah.
If you're not already enrolled, when you go to that page, you'll see you can join us monthly or for the year. The annual all-in is the best deal you will find online, hands down. I'll go up against anybody else's offer.
Me too.
When it comes to coaching for the year with health, fitness, Qigong, meditation, all of it, hands down, we'll go against anybody.
And right
you
now,
won't beat us.
whoever joins us
won't.
in the dojo, our new students, we're gifting them as their new student bonus, whether they join as a grasshopper, which is a monthly payment, or an all-in, which is I'm committing for 12 months because I know this is going to change my health. We're gifting them forever access to all 6 days of our recent energy detox and reboot event to keep forever. So that's 6 hours of training to keep forever just for giving it a go. And then for the people who join all in, we're going to have a 3-day virtual event on Zoom this fall, probably in September, called Alive and Thrive. The tickets are $997. They're all getting a free ticket to that. And the one pays are even getting a copy of our popular program, Good Morning, Good Evening Qigong. So it's incredibly robust. It's absolutely ridiculous. If you want to do, if you want to do something, I swear, there's just like no way your life, your health, and your happiness can't change doing this energy work. We have never heard of anybody saying this didn't work for me ever.
I dare you to give this a go. I dare you. And if you don't absolutely love it, man, like, you let us know what are we missing. Come on in and coach us up, because we are always up for growing. Always up for growing. And we're always expanding our offerings and what we're doing. Like Sabrina said, we've added another class, Satori Strong. You have 4 classes a week with us.
Choose from, yeah.
It's incredible. Plus the live event that you just talked about. I want to talk about a couple other things that are important. Like, I was getting on my soapbox about nobody's coming to save us. Like, that's on us. It was on me to get out of I went to the doctors. I went to the doctor. I went to the mountains.
Indigo Girls.
Yeah. So.
Ding, 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 ding. What did I win? What did I win?
You won something. And I realized it was me. Like, yeah, you can get mentorship. Like, we're going to be here to mentor you. But you got to do you got to go inside and reclaim your power, your life force, your connection to sync up with source is the most powerful thing you can do.
Yep.
And all the stuff that's going on, guess what? I think it's a big wake-up call, because that was the ultimate reframe for me. My pain was in place by my soul to help me get clear on the path. And if you ignore and ignore and ignore the wake-up call, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse, because that's how much the soul loves us. It's trying to get our attention. It finally got my attention because it brought me to my frickin' knees. But then I made the U-turn, Y-O-U, and I turned back to divine and to love and to God, and I asked for help. And this angel showed up in my life in a way that she just came in and said, let's do this together. Let me help you through the back pain. It's our back pain now. And we want to be those people that are like, hey, we'll show up for you, but we'll help you do it. We won't create codependency with you. Yep. We won't be guru-y with you. We will inspire you.
Guru-y.
And we'll help you. Guru-y. That's a good one. That's a new one.
It's like, what are you eating? Oh, a guru-y and jelly sandwich.
But we will remind you that you're in soul school.
Yeah.
And there are divine orchestrations at play. And don't miss the opportunity to wake up.
Yep.
Because it can change everything for you when you remember the power of who you are.
Closer I am to find I think we wrote that song years ago. Was that one of them?
Yeah, you guys did. You and Ben did.
So, I'm not going to get too into it because it's still so sensitive. If you follow us, you know that we love puppies, and on July 1st, Winston transitioned to pure spirit. He had renal failure. You could show some pictures. And Winston had been such an excuse for me to feel loved and for me to love. And it really is just, I bought him a book when I first got him. Aw. And
that's the day we chose.
That's the day that we chose little Winnie.
He's the one on the right.
That's Mr. Bentley. Anyway, what I was going to say, show Winston, is these energy arts helped me so much move through the grief and the loss and help me remember the love and the gift. And I didn't miss a day of practicing the movement sessions, because the movement sessions I knew what or how I was moving the energy through and how I was honoring how much I love. And in the middle of all of that was our 5-day energy event where we needed to be present to everyone. And so it's so much more than a little bit of exercise.
It's about love and heart and being connected at all times.
And when you feel those emotions where they just come in waves and sort of overtake you with the grief and the shock, what do you do with that? And I told Tristan, I'm thinking about so many of our students who have lost a spouse or lost a child. And how does anyone move through it without having a practice on knowing what to do with that energy and how to transform that energy and how to lovingly and patiently and tenderly with yourself feel so fully and move that grief to gratitude. Look at that tail. So when I say help, I don't just mean physical help. It's your mental and emotional health too. I'm happy I feel so much.
Yeah, we wouldn't have it any other way. That's one of the beautiful things about these arts is they open up your emotional system completely so that you can feel everything. It doesn't shut you down.
Yeah.
The more you can feel, the better. It helps you navigate your life consciously. And I love this love that she has, the kindness and the caring and the mothering that I see in Sabrina, because these energies, they tap you in. They tap you into pure love. And there's nothing better than this. Okay. You know, I said the twofer. Yeah, let's get fit, let's get strong, let's get healthy. But at the end of the day, let's wake up. Let's wake up to love.
Open our hearts again. It's so easy to kind of close the heart down out of feeling like every time you opened it, it got hurt or it was too much, or we're so busy doing our life that we forget to be our life. Yeah. And that's all that really matters to us. You know, we love feeling good, and when you feel good in the physical body, it's so much easier to feel good emotionally. And it's energy It's
The
all
energy.
energy. It is energy. We are made of energy. That's what we are. That's what we keep remaking ourselves out of. And you can flow this energy in your body, and it completely up levels your life. And it happens very quickly, and it just gets better and better. And you keep choosing it because it feels so good.
Can I play one more video?
Okay.
Okay, this is the boys when they're...
You guys like the snow? You excited?
They're wearing
is
their
how-
sweaters.
This is how they are now in their spirit form.
Oh.
Just
checking
beautiful. Winnie's just so frisky like that.
You can't tell Winnie has on a Letterman's.
Wow! That is fast. Look at them go.
So I wanted to share something that we're doing. It might be helpful to you is, people say, oh, he crossed the Rainbow Bridge. And they kind of draw it like in a card or something, like it's from here to somewhere else, some heaven out there. And that's not my experience. To me, the Rainbow Bridge is simply the bridge from the seen to the unseen, from the form to the formless. It's still right here. It's just a different frequency and a different vibration. So we've been taking Spirit Winnie for walks with us in the morning. He comes to bed with us at night, and we say goodnight, and sits with me on the couch. He is invited to still participate and be here. And I've had 3, what do you call them? Intuitive people, psychics, whatever you want to call them. Different ones reach out to me and tell me. One said, he's circling at your feet and he's so, so happy and just wants you to say hi to him. And 2 other people said, Winnie is still there with you and wants you to acknowledge him. So it feels good to me to do it because it keeps that love alive in my heart. And that's what's most important, is that I keep the love alive in my heart. And that keeps the relationship between my spirit and Winnie's.
Yeah.
And I feel him. I'm able to energetically feel him, and to feel how much he loves me, and to feel my love for him. And that is part of that intuition and gut feeling. And he came to me one night in a dream. I felt something on my back in the dream. I said, Winston? And I grabbed him and I held him. I said, oh, thank you for coming to visit me. Is it you? Is it you? And he was wagging his tail. And of course, without words, he says, and I'm always here. And I know that those gifts and those dreams and the vividness and the being able to feel what I feel, it's from connecting to energy. Energy is formless and energy is form. That's what's so beautiful about the energy arts, is we use the form to tap into the formless.
Yes. Yes, you do. And it certainly helps as we all navigate this journey of life, as we lose puppies, return, as Sabrina likes to say.
Transition, yeah.
Parents, friends, and at some point our own bodies. So better to wake up now than be scared through all of that stuff, or shut down, or shunning it away because you can't handle it. Lean into it with love.
Yeah.
Life force, love force is a beautiful thing, and it never dies.
And all the feels are okay. When something happens and you lose something that you love, when you lose someone that you love, there will be grief, and there may be anger, and there may be deep depression. There may be a lot of things, but you learn how to work it and transform it into mostly love again.
It's a river.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time, how, this energy as it comes through, when it gets blocked or tight or skewed, you will feel things. You might feel like when it's really blocked, like a feeling of depression. great sadness, grief. But each emotion is a beautiful teacher if you know how to navigate it. And so with Qigong, you can move the energy, you can keep the river flowing, and you can learn the lessons. It's always about returning to love, but not avoiding the lesson, not escaping or running away, but leaning in and going, oh, wow, that's fear. That's a sense of separation. Let me find a new way to create this connection that never dies. And it's not avoidance, and it's not playing spiritual.
And it's not staying stuck in it.
It's true awakening at every level. So that's what's going on with us.
Yeah.
Let me give you this link one more time. That's our satorimethod.com/dojo. And you've got a couple more days to jump in and get all the goodness and join us. Okie doke.
Yep. That's what the energy detox and reboot. We're detoxing and rebooting the energy flow. Everything is allowed. You just got to keep it flowing.
Oh, and if you were at the 5-day, actually 6-day event, the recordings are almost edited, and we're going to give them to you. You can keep them forever.
If you're a new dojo student.
If you're a new dojo student. So everybody who's joining the dojo now or renewing, if we've got some members here that would like to renew, is that part of the upgrade? An upgrade, excuse me. When you go from monthly to annual, you get those as well. Okay, everyone. Well, that's it for the Trisbrina Show for tonight. Thanks for joining us.
I hadn't seen that video of the Santa Claus hat with Winnie.
I got some cute pictures of the boys.
It was so great seeing
Look
his
at that
tail
one.
wiggle.
Look at that one. So cute.
He looks like I may be holding him too tight. Aww.
I love this one of Mr. B. He's like, get me off this boat.
He was 1 year old, and I took him to the dance studio staff party and put him on a float.
He didn't like it. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, much love.